Hey guys, it's Jill. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. So today's video is going to be 6 brand new dump and go crock pot meals that I hope that you guys enjoy. If you do, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. Comment down below and let me know which one of these is your favorite or which one you think you're going to make, which you think is going to be your family's favorite. And if you are new here, I would love if you would subscribe. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get into these 6 new crock pot dinner ideas. So what you're gonna need is some chicken. The recipe calls for 6 chicken breasts. I only have 4 here, but it's 1.5 pounds, so I figured that'll be enough. 1.5 cups of crushed Ritz crackers, 1 can of cream of chicken soup. It says a half a cup of butter melted, and I was like, that's too much. So I'm probably gonna use 1/4 cup. And then you're gonna need 2 cups of sour cream, which I opted to go for light sour cream. So we're gonna go ahead, mix these 2 together, and then we're going to melt the butter, crush up the Ritz crackers, put that on the bottom of the crock pot, put that on top of the chicken, and then put your buttery Ritz crackers on top. We're gonna cook it on low. Since I only have 4 chicken breasts, I'm probably gonna cook it for like maybe 4 to 6 hours, but I'll let you guys know when I actually am ready to eat how long it took. One sleeve of Ritz crackers is going to give you 1.5 cups of crushed Ritz crackers. One 15-ounce container of sour cream is going to, actually 16-ounce, is going to give you about 2 cups, and that's what I'm gonna go with. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pop the lid on. I'm gonna let this cook for 6 hours. I'm gonna check it after that. Pop the lid on, turn this puppy on low, and let it go. So this is what it looks like. It looks and smells delicious. I only cooked this for about 5 hours, and then I turned it on keep warm. So this has been on keep warm for an hour or so. And it smells delicious. We cannot wait to dig in. So I'm gonna show you what it looks like on the plate and what I'm having with this. So here is dinner. We have our Ritz cracker chicken, some steamable green beans, and some rice that I cooked in vegetable broth. So we're gonna go enjoy this. And it looks so delicious. I'm so excited for it. The house smells amazing, like for real, for real. Tonight's crock pot meal could not be easier. It is a pulled pork recipe, and I'm so incredibly excited for this. I have been craving this forever. I actually had to do a delivery because my pickup didn't have the pork tenderloin, but we got it, and I am so excited for this. So what you're gonna need is a 2 to 2.5 pound pork tenderloin. The recipe calls for half an onion, but I don't feel like cutting up an onion, to be honest. And then figuring out what to do with the other half. So I'm just gonna use some minced onion. You want half a bottle of barbecue sauce. The best barbecue sauce, in my opinion, is Sweet Baby Ray's. If you've never tried this, I highly recommend that you do. You're gonna need a tablespoon of paprika, some salt, pepper, half a cup of water, and some minced garlic. You're gonna literally throw it all in the crock pot. Cook it on low for 7 to 8 hours, on high for 4 to 5. And you are gonna have some delicious pulled pork that I cannot wait to eat tonight. So let's go ahead and get started and putting this all in there.
I cooked this on low for close to 10 hours. This is what it looks like. Once it's done, you just want to shred it. And it was so delicious. I just served mine with some baked beans on the side, and I topped my pork with some extra barbecue sauce when I put it on the bun, and this was so delicious.
Tonight's dinner is dump and go chicken fajitas, which I'm so excited for. So what I have here are 3 bell peppers that I have chopped up, 1 onion that I've chopped up. I actually might do another onion because I feel like the ratio is kind of not that great, so I might do another one. But you're gonna need a can of Rotel, some minced garlic, some honey and lime. That's gonna be like after everything's cooked. The recipe calls for 2 pounds of chicken breast, but I was only able to get this from the store, and it's like 1 and a, what is that, a quarter pound? So we're just gonna work with what we have. And then over here, we have in this little bowl a mixture of paprika, ground cumin, chili powder, salt, and pepper. It also called for coriander, which I don't have. And then it says if you don't have coriander, you can substitute oregano, which again, I don't have. So there's that. I don't know if I told you you're gonna need a can of Rotel as well. But yeah, super, super easy. Everything's just gonna go into the crock pot and it's gonna be delicious. I wanted to mention that some of you feel if you have to do prep like cutting up onions or cutting up bell peppers or putting spices together, it's not a true dump and go meal. So with that being said, if you want this to be a legit true dump and go where you don't have any preparation, because I know some of you and your lifestyle requires that you don't even take or can't even take the time to do this or this, just go ahead and get you a packet of fajita mix at the grocery store, and then also get you a packet of bell peppers and onions. That's in the freezer section. That's already cut up, and you'll be good to go because they're already cut up in strips, which will be perfect. So let's go ahead and get started on putting this all in the crock pot, and I'm so excited for this dinner tonight. So I'm going based on what the recipe tells me to do, which you kind of want to layer things. Again, if you don't want to do this, I'm sure it's going to turn out just as good. So you want to pour half of your can of Rotel. For those of you that ask what Rotel is, it is basically just diced tomatoes with green chilies. So if you are in a country that does not sell Rotel, just get you a can of diced tomatoes, get you a can of like a little can of green chilies, and you can make your own Rotel. So you want to layer that on the bottom, and then you want to top with half of the peppers and half of the onion. I'm gonna take these onions apart. I decided not to, by the way, because I forgot that onions come apart like this. Duh. So I decided that I would just kind of do it like that. But that's about half of all of it. Then it says to take some garlic and put it in. I always use this. If you use fresh, I think it was like 4 cloves of garlic. But I always just add in like a heaping tablespoon or 2 because we love garlic in this house. Then you want to top it with your chicken breast. Then it says to evenly spread your mixture on like the first half of the, or like the top part of the chicken. Turn them over and sprinkle them again. Y'all, I ain't going through all that, sorry. Like I said, make a recipe work for you. Honestly, to be honest, I can just do it all, but I'm just gonna follow the recipe. So then you wanna top it with the remaining of the tomatoes, aka Rotel, and then layer in your remaining peppers and onions. Okay, so this cooks on high for 2.5 to 3 hours, or low for 4 to 6 hours, or until your chicken has cooked through and your veggies are tender. Then when this is done, we're gonna remove the chicken cut it into strips or shred, take out 1 cup of the broth, and then you're going to, in a small bowl, mix together your lemon juice and your honey, and then you're gonna add it all back together. And you can also add some cilantro, which I don't have, but I'm gonna go ahead and cover this, and I'm gonna cook this on low for about 4 hours. Okay, so this has been cooking for 4.5 hours. Doesn't it look delicious? And then in a bowl, I'm going to mix together 1 tablespoon of honey with 2 tablespoons of lime juice. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Dang it, it's starting to... Ah! The honey did it again. So my honey always does this. I don't know if it's this organic Great Value honey, but it always does this. It crystallizes, and I don't know why. So I'm gonna take some of that. Hopefully when I add the lime, oh, that's way more than a tablespoon, but hopefully once I take the lime juice, wait, let's measure this up because I don't want it to be too sweet. So here is our crock pot fajitas. You can't really see the meat much.
Show mine. Mine are super fancy.
Yeah, hold on. So I have some cheese, shredded lettuce, and sour cream. I'm not sure if this is how you're supposed to eat fajitas. I honestly don't really ever eat them. So this is how I'm going to eat them. And then this is Control's plate.
It's very fancy.
That's what it looks like. Oh, that looks so good.
Mine looks really,
And
really
then
good.
I made
here's
mine as
Ava's.
an A for Ava.
Oh, cute. And this is what they're using. They're using the soft tortilla mini bowl by Old El Paso. So that is what this deliciousness looks like. We're gonna go and we're gonna eat this, and I'll let you know what we think. I've already probably let you know in the voiceover, so yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Tonight's Dump and Go crock pot meal is vegetable beef soup, and I'm so excited about it because I love me some soup. So you're gonna need 32 ounces of beef broth, some minced garlic, some salt, some frozen vegetables. I went ahead and I got the Pick Sweet Farms vegetables for soup. You're gonna need a can of cannellini beans, a can of diced tomatoes, 2 bay leaves, 1.5 pounds of beef stew chunks, 4 cups of diced baby red potatoes. I just went ahead and I used the whole entire bag, which is, how many pounds? 1.5 pounds. I still have some left over in my little chopper. This chopper is linked down below in my Amazon store. Something I highly, highly, highly recommend, especially for dump and go crockpot meals to make your dice and go by incredibly quick. And then you're also going to want 1 large onion diced, and you just throw everything in and cook on low for 7 to 10 hours. You can cook out on high for like, I think it was like 4 to 5 or 4 to 6. Let me see. Yeah, cook it on high for 4 to 5, but I like my soups to be cooked on low, especially when we have a beef like this. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started and dump all this stuff in the crock pot. So you do wanna go ahead and rinse and drain your beans. You don't want to drain your tomatoes though, but we're gonna go ahead and drain these and rinse them off. Also, the recipe calls for you to brown this. I'm not gonna do that because I find that this meat turns out just fine without doing that. Thank God the cover closes. I was unsure about how this was gonna go. So we got it all covered. Hopefully once the meat cooks, it's gonna kind of spread out a little bit. I probably should have spread it out more than what I did. I just kind of dumped it in there. But we're gonna go ahead and put it on low. I gotta plug it in. And like I said, I'm gonna cook it for about 8 hours. So I will show you what it looks like when it's done. I'm so excited about this, and so are my kids. Okay, so this is what we're looking like. Obviously, I went ahead and I stirred it the best that I could. I also took out the bay leaves, so they're over here. And yeah, this is it. We had our meat on the bottom. This is a ton of food. You guys always ask what size crock pot I have. And I'm just gonna say whatever a standard crock pot is. I've had this crock pot literally for years, like probably, I don't know, 10, 11, maybe more than that. And you can top this with some Parmesan cheese. Me and the kids are actually going to have this with some rolls or biscuits. These little biscuits from Walmart, which are in the oven now. So that is this crock pot meal. But I hope that you guys enjoy, and I will see you guys tomorrow for another probably chicken crock pot meal. For tonight's dump and go crock pot meal, we are making cilantro lime chicken, and I'm so excited about this. It comes with like a creamy sauce. So super excited. I'm gonna make cilantro lime rice on the side and a veggie. So you're gonna want, it's actually a quarter of a chopped onion. I went ahead and I chopped up a whole onion. I'll probably freeze the rest. We have, this was the only cilantro that they had in the store, which is cilantro stir-in paste, so hopefully it'll work. We'll see. You're gonna need some pepper, some chili powder, 1 chicken bouillon cube. You're gonna need some chicken breasts or chicken thighs. I'm gonna do chicken thighs with this one. You're gonna need half a cup of water, a lime, and that's everything you're gonna need for now. And then towards the end, we're going to make the sauce, and we're also going to thicken it. So for the end, once everything's cooked, you're gonna need some cornstarch, some half and half, and some butter. So let's go ahead and get started on dumping all of this into the crock pot. This is gonna cook on high for 4 hours or low for 8. So let's get to it. Okay, so this does not say to dissolve the bouillon cube in water, so I'm just gonna put it on top of the chicken. We're going to use, I think it was like half a teaspoon of chili powder. I'm just gonna kind of, there we go. Then we want the juice of 1 lime. Alright, it says a tablespoon of dry cilantro, like I said, or a tablespoon of fresh cilantro. Like I said, this is all that I have. So, it says in cooking, used 1 tablespoon of paste to replace 1 tablespoon of fresh. So, if I can get this thing off, it smells so good. Probably about a tablespoon. So we've got that. Then the last thing is some pepper. Some salt, which I forgot to mention. And then half a cup of water. So I'm just gonna pop the lid on, plug it in, turn it on low for, I'm gonna do mine for about 4 to 6 hours, just because chicken's usually done in the crock pot for me, and that's really all that's cooking in here. So once this is done, I will show you how to make the little thickening agent for the sauce, and we will eat dinner. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the chicken out because we're gonna make us a sauce. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and take my little I keep wanting to say heavy cream. What is that? Half and half, my cornstarch and my butter, and I'm gonna go ahead and put that on the stove in a saucepan so we can thicken it up, or we can create a sauce so we can thicken up the sauce in the crock pot. Let's do this. This looks disturbing to me. I don't know. It just looks like chunky. It doesn't look right to me. Like, I've done a roux before and this is not what it looks like. And these are also never the ingredients. So I'm gonna forego that, and I'm actually just gonna take 1 tablespoon of cornstarch with a tablespoon of water so that I can not use, that just disturbs me. That's disturbing. Yep, that's a little less disturbing. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually let this sit on high. I'm gonna leave the chicken out. I'm gonna make some rice and some veggies, and then I'll show you what everything looks like when I'm done. Okay, so here is dinner. It looks delicious. We just have, I was gonna make cilantro lime rice, but I was like, the kids really probably aren't gonna like it. So we just went with plain white rice, a little what is that? Vegetable medley. And then that's the kids' plates. So we're gonna go chow down, and I tasted this sauce and it's actually really flavorful. So it thickened up nicely and it's really good and it smells really good. So see you guys tomorrow with our last dump and go crock pot meal. For our last dump and go crock pot meal, we are having creamy garlic chicken. So what you're gonna need is about 1 pound to 1.5 pounds of chicken breast, half a cup of ricotta cheese, 4 ounces of cream cheese, 2 tablespoons of either avocado oil or olive oil, some minced garlic, 1 teaspoon of chicken. Oops, I've got beef bouillon, but we're gonna work with what we have because I don't have powdered chicken I don't have powdered chicken bouillon. There you go. Half a cup of water. And it also called for like all these different spices, like, let's see, rosemary, basil, thyme, oregano, and I don't have most of those, but I have this Italian seasoning, so that's what I'm using in lieu of that, and then some pepper. So we're just gonna throw all of this in there. Basically, the chicken goes on the bottom, then we're gonna top it with the cream cheese and the ricotta. By the way, what I did when I was weighing out my cream cheese was I literally just pulled it apart into little balls. So hopefully it'll help melt easier. Then in this little measuring cup, I've got half a cup of water. So then we'll add in the teaspoon of beef bouillon, the garlic, and 2 tablespoons of avocado oil, along with our Italian seasoning and pepper. And then we are going to cook this on low for 6 to 8 hours. Mine is definitely gonna be ready in 6, or you can cook it on high for 4. So let's get to dumping this into that crock pot. this looks insanely delicious. I cannot wait for this. You can eat this as is if you want to do it keto. Serve it next to zoodles, pasta, rice, however you want to do it. I'm going to do some pasta. We do that separately. This is all you need for this. Pop the lid on. And I'm going to check mine, like I said, after 4 hours on low because I have thinner breasts. So I'll see you then and show you what it looks like. I hope that you guys enjoyed. Just to reiterate, the barbecue pulled pork was insanely delicious. I don't think I've ever made, no, I'm not gonna say I've never made a pork loin in the crock pot. It's just been a really long time since I have, and I've never made a barbecue pulled pork. So that was really delicious and we really enjoyed that. Oh my gosh, the chicken fajitas, that by far was my favorite. That was so good, something I highly recommend. And I am not a fajita girl and my kids aren't either, and we killed that meal. The beef soup, which we kept calling beef stew, Cantrell was obsessed. My son does not, my kids, they do not like leftovers. When I say they don't like leftovers, they don't like leftovers whatsoever, and he was obsessed. Like a couple of nights in a row, I was like, we're just gonna have leftovers because we had so much. And he was like, I'm gonna have beef stew. And I was like, huh? Because a lot of times on those nights, they'll make peanut butter and jelly, or they'll be like, we don't want leftovers, so I'll have to cook something, or they'll make grilled cheese or something like that. He killed that beef stew, or beef soup. So he really enjoyed that. The rest of them were good. They weren't like, oh my gosh, to die for, but they were really good. And you know, the three though, the beef soup, the chicken fajitas, I will definitely be making again. And then what was the other one? I have to look, hold on. I'm just so about the chicken fajitas. They were so good. Again, I highly recommend, if you have never made chicken fajitas in the crock pot before, I mean, the flavoring was just, it was so flavorful, and oh, it was just perfection. Okay, and then the pulled pork, that was really delicious too. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to comment down below and let me know which one you think you guys are gonna make and which one could be like one of your family favorites. For sure, it's the chicken fajitas for us, and then also the beef stew, beef soup. So yeah, don't forget to subscribe if you guys are new here, and or if you've watched my videos and you just keep coming back, go ahead and subscribe. I would love to have you here. I love you guys. There will be more crock pot videos. I know I kind of took like a long break from them, but I will definitely have one up in a couple of weeks again. So I'm gonna kind of make sure that I get one up at least once a month for you guys, because I know you guys love them. And I know that a lot of you are now getting back into the groove of going back to work, and crock pot meals are just the way to go, especially with the summer coming up and it's gonna be warm and hot and you don't wanna like heat up your oven. I'm gonna try to find more like summery recipes so we can kind of work on that. But yeah, I love you guys. I hope that you have an amazing day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.